highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pull out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Indianapolis Colts. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Ready! Tackles, tackles. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship. 11.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 31, Luck. Open man is Ross, complete. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Blue 40. All day, baby, all day. 11Z. Kill. Out.
To throw again on second down. Luck. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check out. 65. Cut.
On first down, it's Love. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Now Lott. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. In for the score as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold. Now he's flushed, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jabal Sheard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up his there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Man, that's trash, that's trash.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And it's caught by Herndon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jabal Sheard, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Open man is Anderson. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 16. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On second down now, it's Hines. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
This is Hines. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Next, receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Hey, check. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. We own them. Watch twins. Check. Fresno.
These two teams all tied after one.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check out. Right, 40. Check three. Alert.
On second down, it's Hines, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Monday.
Block on third down. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck. Luck going to bring him up first and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
Motion. Whip. Watch the whip. You go tight. You got tight right there.
Now a give, right side. Hines. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
12. I'm coming after you.
From the 41, Luck. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They run with Hines. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First down, New York.
Real set. 58 for Mike. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a
quick throw out to Gordon on the perimeter. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Jabal Sheard make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick, But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think...
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Throwing on second and long. Luck, and he's going to go down again. Henry Anderson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Motion, motion, motion. Let's get this 11 green.
Third and long. It's Locke. He's got a man complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And it's taken in at the 9. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Here's Darnold, able to get this to Gordon. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go, son. 58, come on. 6 man.
Darnold on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Darnold to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Third and long, it's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, you know, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The throw here going to be complete to Gordon. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Keep going, oh, keep going.
They'll run on first down. Bell. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second down 6 at their 40-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You ain't going nowhere.
Back to throw, Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Exit. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Motion.
Looking to throw again on second down. Luck. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Luck able to find Hilton there for a Colt first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On first and 10, Luck. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
57's Mike.
On second down now, it's Hines. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, Luck. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Check right. 40. Easy. Alert. Big stop. Let's go. Check nickel.
On first down, Luck. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. They get just 2 out of it there, and it's second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Watch the boot.
To throw is Luck. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Undercrush. Middle.
Luck throwing again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. He's at the 40. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. How about that being his 13th interception of the season, tied for number 2 all-time?
And when someone's having a season that fantastic, wouldn't you think you'd have a scouting report that says, don't throw in his area?
I don't think he's cared about the scouting reports all year.
Yeah, he's found a way to find the football. He's become a true ball magnet.
They run with Bell on first down as he'll get forward for about 5 yards. The Pro Bowler Muhammad Wilkerson brings him down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Bell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Check three, check three, check three. Back, back, back.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. From the 27, Luck. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Check 52.
Here's Luck. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And it's 3rd down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, it's Bell. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 76 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing is locked. Looking deep here for Ebron. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
54. Mike 54. Hey, here we go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. This is Bell. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Jets on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. To throw is Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken in at the 22. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. All day.
Now it's Locke. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Here's Locke. And he's got his man Hilton. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Right there, 54.
Now Locke. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40.
That's another first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Locke. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Locke. The hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Play action. It's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quentin Williams in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Number 53.
After the sack on 1st down, Luck, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Colts on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
11. Check Mike 54.
Out of the gun, Luck. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Here we go on 4th. Luck. And that is incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. The clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, with about 95% chance.
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Right there. 54 Mike. Let's get this ball back. Put it on.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bell, and he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Whistles now in a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on here to punt it away. That's taken it around the 40. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Watch 54. Here we go.
Now a 1st down throw. Luck. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there at 22.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Greystone travel.
On 1st and 10, Luck. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Watch the slant. Check. Quick the edge. Go. He's mine. Hey, check, Mike.
They'll try to run with Hines. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Luck. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal. Now Luck. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Back to throw. Luck. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 11-yard line.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Jets, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.